What's up, guys? How we doing? Can you hear me? Can you hear me all right? Who we got on today? Who's on the old tubage? GM. So for those who are with me live inside Red Pill this morning, yeet. Absolute monster long this morning. This is the trade this morning. This is just sat patient waiting for the open. That's the trade. In a 22.921, scaled out all the way back into the M15 premium. So 920, final TP was 968. It's El Trado this morning. Just utilising the principles of X levels, you know the drill. So 88 on the M15. Deep discount. I just realised my cam's off. What's up? How we doing? should be able to see me, but I make no guarantees. Should charge for my face being on the screen. That's what I should do. I feel like I'm a zoo animal. And poke and prod. Anyone want to chuck me some fruit? Feel free. I'm still hungry. So if you want to treat me like a zoo animal, chuck some fruit my way, please. Pretty please. That'd be kind of you. Good afternoon. Zimlelusku. So what do we have today? What's the context for today? Who wants to do a little overview? Anybody? What's the context for today? Oh, it's like reggae music, dude. It's like I can't have copyright music, so I have to have some like random non-copyright reggae. You just gotta deal with it. Embrace it. Have I been smoking? No. Oh, Jesus. No, I've not. I wish I had though. Get me through this hour. Oh my God, I've just done it again. Get me through this hour. Bong and a refar. What about this one? You prefer this one? This one's got a bit more of a vibe to it, isn't it? Probably not. Probably not. Probably as bad. Oh yeah. Yes sir. One and done, baby. Wham bam. Thank you, man. Yeah, this is the trade this morning. That was the trade. So 22,920 up to final TP 22,968. Nice trade this morning. No complaints. Potentially, yeah. To be honest, I don't particularly want to. I don't really love the idea of shorts. I just wanted to trade long this morning. If I'm to trade short, just playing into context that we're really to be mindful of. It's a Monday with no news, right? So historically speaking, if you have a Monday with no news, and this played into why I longed 88 off the low, I don't go for higher time frame highs, right? I don't go for higher time frame highs when there's a day with no news. However, I'm anticipating these highs to go. So although, yes, these are X levels inside of a premium across the board again, right? We're in 38 on the hourly. So premium on the hourly, 15, 5 and the 1 are all the same in terms of X levels. We're inside of a premium across the board. Obviously in a premium on the daily, weekly and monthly as well. It's setting up for shorts, right? I wouldn't want to be long at this stage, put it this way. But in terms of where we are, there's nothing really in here that I'd want to frame a short of. Alright? There's nothing really in here that I want to frame a short of. So what I'd prefer to see is us take out previous day's high and suit that. To then look for a potential short. So that's where I'm at. Not previous day's high, what am I talking about? This high which was set on Sunday. I'd like to see them to basically take out this high. which is going to put us back into the realms of a MACTS for continuation. So for those of you who know my MACTS model, so it's been completed on NQ. Alright, we've come all the way down to our objective on the MACTS. It's just whether we get back up to it. So ES fails to take out the high, and as in this high, and so does NQ, and we get back up into this breaker block. So this is where I prefer to be, seeing ES back up inside this volume imbalance, with NQ souping out this high. So this is all unmitigated up here as well, right? So this break of structure, this low, this high when we broke out, we never came back and mitigated. So all of this in here is unmitigated. So there's every reason for price to come all the way back up into here today. However, with it being a Monday with no news, I don't drive out high time frame highs. So I won't be trading long. I prefer to wait to see price move up there. So if we look at my long this morning, so look off the low, this was an NWOG gap fill, right? It says NWOG. And inside of that we had this middle BISI inside of our 3 OBs. Okay. After ES had completed its MACTS. So anticipating a pullback, with the idea of it being Monday no news, so not anticipating higher time frame lows to be swept out, right? We were also inside of a discount across the board, right? Discount 88, discount on the hourly 70.5, and we're also at a higher time frame X level 12%. So just looking to take price from a discount back up into a premium on a day when there is no news. So what essentially we're getting is consolidation. That's what we're getting. Okay, so all I'm doing is just trading consolidation, but I'm doing it moving price from a premium to a discount, just taking it from a discount back into a premium. Very simple. So then all I'm looking to do is frame context for why price is going to hold 88, right? It's not good enough just having 88 as a X level. You've got to frame context around that low. Okay, so as you know, I'm a turtle soup trader. So if we're going to turtle soup the Asia low, which we get right here, that's a purge on the Asia low. So as I was talking through with red pillars on stream this morning, that's a purge. This is a Judas. So it's an Asia to London session Judas swing. So if you were looking to trade in your end session reversal, you're essentially, this is the Judas part of that. All right, so essentially I traded the Judas of the Asia to London session Judas, right? Purging the Asia low. Okay, so that's me getting in alignment with the schematic, also being with a higher time frame X level. So this daily order block at 12% and 38 on the daily and the weekly X levels, 70.5 on the hourly, deep discount on the 15. Okay, again, still not enough on its own. What do we have down here to support that? Okay, MWOG low, so filling the MWOG, and we've also got the candle structure to support it. Even more so, we can go even further than that. If I'm ever looking to trade long out of London, and I'm not looking for the lows to get ran, I'm looking for a 15-minute OB underneath engineered. Alright, so if we hop to our 15-minute, this OB. So all of this is inside of that OB. So price doesn't need to take out this low. Alright, so now I've got everything that I need. I've got reason as to why price is not going to run out this low. Okay, with the confirmation that we had delayed SMT. Wait. Wait. Alright, ES not needing to take out that low. DST on the low. Alright, something which I developed. You'll find it nowhere else on the wide web. That's purely mine delayed SMT. Where's the shot? Alright, yep. So delayed SMT up on that low. So what I was watching for on this low is to make sure that ES didn't come and drive out this low that it didn't need to. Alright, so this is NQ playing catch up on ES on the low. Okay, So right down here we now had DST. I had context for why my low's not going to get ran. And I'm just applying base rules, being inside of a higher time frame discount, yada yada. Looking to take price back up into a premium. We also had the failed M5 comp. We also had a flat top on the hourly candle. And I'm anticipating price to consolidate on a Monday with no news. Alright, so a very simple trade this morning. Just utilizing context to support the trade, right? Yeah, Xbox smashed it. So in June it made 9,025 all the way across June. So just, that little puppy's just ticking along in the background. How much is to access export? Well, there's a 7-day free trial, so it actually costs you nothing to try it out for yourself. So theoretically, it could pass your evaluation. You haven't even paid anything. But it's a 7-day free. There's a 7-day free trial. If you like it, stick it on. If you don't, leave. $200, which is an absolute steal. In terms of comparisons with other bots which aren't as profitable, and what Xbot does make consistently, it's an absolute sneeze. $200 a month, yeah. You don't have to take it though. It's there if people want it. It's important to I was having this conversation with someone who's not actually trading related over the weekend. It's important to, if you are a trader, to diversify your portfolio, right? You don't have to be a member, no. You did at launch, you don't now. So, but it's important to diversify your portfolio, right? So, like for example, this morning, you know, this trade here was $500. That's how much I made on that trade today. All right, Xbot this morning hasn't taken a trade. All right. However, on Thursday, I traded super light because it was my first day on holiday. All right, Xbot made over $1,000. I made less than that on Thursday. Okay, there was also a day 2 weeks ago where I lost money on manual trading, but Xbot won. And so they all balance each other out. It's all about, you know, if one slacks off, the other one picks up your slack. So whether you trade manually like I do, trading turtle suits, or whether you use automated strategies like Xbot, whether you deploy money into long-term ETFs, options, swing trade, whatever, it doesn't matter. But it's key to have a diverse portfolio to protect yourself from the inevitable bumps in the road, right? So if you've currently got all your eggs in one basket, if all your eggs are in one basket, for example, if you are literally only trading prop firms and you don't have a cash account, right? You don't have a cash account yet. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Right, but if you don't, and like literally all your eggs are in one basket, you're missing a trick. All right, you're setting yourself up for trouble. You know what happens when prop firms go bust? Then what? Then what are you gonna do? What happens if you can't trade prop firms anymore? So you just got to be mindful of that. And so Xbot is literally just another string to my arsenal in that it's an automated strategy that works alongside my manual trading. It doesn't make as much as I make in my manual trading, but it diversifies my portfolio. So you know, if you're currently trading manually, and you're like, well, I just want to trade a bot. Again, that's short-sighted. You're putting all your eggs into one basket again. Yeah, only works on NinjaTrader. Yeah. So any prop firm that's linked to NinjaTrader, or if you've got a cash account with NinjaTrader, you can also use that. I'm from Romania, and we cannot have NinjaTrader accounts other than via prop firms, as far as I know. I'm from Romania, we cannot have NinjaTrader accounts other than prop firms, as far as I know. As in, you can only access NinjaTrader through prop firms? Is that what you're saying? I mean, you could always look at a VPS. You could always look at a VPS, a virtual private server. Is that real? Is that true? You can't open a NinjaTrader account in Romania. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Well, sorry to hear that. That's pretty shit. There's got to be others. I haven't actually looked into other cash accounts. I personally just use cash accounts with NinjaTrader, but I'm sure there's other firms who you can link to NinjaTrader as through a cash account. You don't just have to use prop firms. I'm sure you'll have a solution out there, dude. I'm sure you will. There's no discounts for export now. If you're like, I was funny, man. Like this fucking bot made $9,000 in June. $9,000 in June. And it's like, people are like, oh, $200. Fucking hell, you'll spend $200 on like 5 apexes in 2 minutes because you can't trade manually and you'll blow them all up. Yeah, a bot which made $9,000 in June. You're like, oh my god, $200. It's just the way some people think. It's mental. We know if Apex allows bot trading. Yeah, so I don't want to go into too much detail. Slash $5 more. Fucking hell, look at this guy. It's like being at a car boot sale. Honestly, if you can't afford $200, it's probably not for you. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're struggling to put $200 together, I wouldn't bother. You know, if $200 means a lot to you, you should be, stick with your job. I wouldn't be investing if $200 is a lot to you into an automated strategy. It doesn't make sense to me. That you should always do stuff with some element of flexibility, right? I want you to be able to eat, bro. You know what I mean? I don't need to spend $200 in 7 days' time, and then you're like sat there eating bird food whilst you're waiting for export to print for you. It's the wrong way to look at it. Yeah, you have a cash account with AMP. That was the one I was going to suggest as a move. Does AMP not connect to NinjaTrader? Does it not? I would have thought AMP might. I would have thought you'd be able to connect AMP to NinjaTrader. Well, there's your solution for getting a cash account with NinjaTrader, though, right? If you can put cash into AMP and then link AMP to NinjaTrader, there you go. You got a cash account with NinjaTrader. Yeah, you can also use Ninja Trader with TradingView as well. You can't use the bot like that, but you can integrate Ninja Trader to TradingView. So this is what I want price to come back down into, which is 22.93.375. Personally, I wanted to see a sweep on this high. I've already taken my long this morning, so I just don't particularly want to jump back in pre-open and just force something. However, this is my goal for today. I just want to see it get back into this M5 BISI. Yeah, where I'd like to be for a short is around, if I'm going to short today, basically just using profits from this morning, is going to be up around 12% on the daily. So a turtle soup on this high, up at 12% on daily. That's where I'd like to be today if I'm going to take another trade. This is my goal. So if this goes before, I lose interest. Trading is so easy. Like once you understand X levels, you actually understand what it is you're looking for. It's, honestly, trading is really simple to bag a trade. It really is simple. If you understand schematics, X levels, the rest is just patience, waiting for price to come to you. It really is that simple. All this is done. All this is done is move price from a discount back up into a premium. That is all it has done. And that is all you are seeking to do whenever you look to take a trade. That is it. There's literally nothing else for you to do. Just do the opposite if you're bearish. Take price from a premium back to a discount. Is that it? That is literally it. I mean, you got to find one trade a day and then be done. One high probability trade. And if you're a turtle soup trader like myself, all of your trade success rate is based around the context that you can frame around your trade. Right? It's not an indicator go and enter here, some bollocks indicator, right? It's the context which you build around that entry, which no indicator can give you. No indicator, zero indicator can read context. Zero, none. What X levels is a framework for price delivery. It's how price moves algorithmically from a premium to a discount, and the X levels represent true premium and true discount across any time frame. Your job as a trader is simple. Move price from a higher time frame discount to a higher time frame premium when bullish. Take it from a higher time frame premium to a higher time frame discount when bearish. That is it. And price is only doing one or two things: seeking inefficiencies, liquidity, and price as it does that. So from our higher time frame POI, you'll be looking to go back out through the dealing ranges as you're seeking inefficiencies and liquidity and price. Well, liquidity is super easy. all it does is sits above dealing range highs, right? So if we're looking at our dealing ranges on the X levels, we only have 2 liquidity pools. We have a liquidity pool up here because the 5, the 15, and the 1 are all the same. And we have a liquidity pool down here. All right, so if I hop across onto our 1 chart, that's where your liquidity sits. Your 5, 15, and 1. Everything inside of that is inefficiency. Right? And it's like this because of the M1. However, you'll have some occasions where your M1 DR will be like here, right? And your 15 and 5 is up here. So all you'll be looking to do is take out the 1 minute. And then you're going to look for your 5 minute. Imagine this was your 5 minute high. X level. It's not, it's up here because of the M1. But your M5, you'd be looking to take it into an M5 premium. Alright, this is where price can offset accumulate back into a 5 minute discount. And then you're going to start search for liquidity, M5 liquidity. And then you're going to be inside of an M15 premium, which is where inefficiencies reside. Then you're going to have the M15 liquidity. Right, that is all it is doing. From a higher time frame POI in alignment with a higher time frame X level, 70.5 on the hourly, 88 deep discount on the 15, 12% on the daily, 38 on the weekly. Sorry, 12% on the weekly, 38% on the daily. This is my daily, weekly, monthly up here, right? So a higher time frame X level in alignment with the PDRA, MWOG fill, and then we've got the context to support H1OB, and we've also got these the 3 OBs, middle BISI, right? And then we just need our principles on price in alignment with the schematic. This is a purge on the Asia low, Judas, turtle soup. I'm a turtle soup trader. All right, and now we're just looking to take price back into a premium, seeking inefficiencies and liquidity. Well, the liquidity is up here on every time frame and down here on every time frame, even the hourly. None of this matters in here. So the only thing that is inside of here is liquidity. Sorry, it's inefficiencies. Alright? That is it. None of this shit means anything to me. Short term. Alright? So all we're seeking is inefficiencies. Well, there's nothing up here for me to frame off, which is why I'm not short in terms of an inefficiency. Right, if I was shorting up here and I was anticipating the 15 minutes high to hold, I'd be looking for an inefficiency in price to hold price. Right, in alignment with the next level. Okay, so right up here is 21%, which has gone off to a dime, but there's nothing inside of here that I'd want to frame a short off. Alright. Yes, it has done it in this occasion, but it's not enough for me on this instance for me to take a trade off that. There's nothing here for me to frame. There's no model, there's nothing. Right, so this is where I'm scaling out, right, of my long, I'm out. But do I want to then flip this short? No, because there's nothing there to support that level. In terms of my models that support a high time frame X level, right? I've got 11 models. Not one of them reside there. Not one. So if I was trading this, I'd be trading this purely on the principle of it being an X level. That's not enough for me. Right? Yes, it's going down. Take back down into a discount. Alright, so from a premium all the way back down to a discount. Seeking what? Inefficiencies, liquidity, and price. Well, I've just mentioned the liquidity is here and here because of the X levels are all the same. So the only thing we have is an inefficiency inside of a discount. Do we have an inefficiency inside of a discount for price to go and revisit? Sure, this 5 minute BISI. Right, this 5 minute BISI. Right, I've just said that I'm anticipating price to come back to. Right, which is here. This 5 minute BISI. Right. Moving price, in this instance, from a premium back down to a discount. Right? Okay, and it will keep you out of loads of trades. Loads of bad trades. All the shit it will keep you out of, right? Because if you find yourself, for example, if you find yourself in here trying to pump out a long, and you've got no X level, and you know that you're inside of a premium, so you're above 50% on the hourly, you're above 50% on the M15, you're obviously above 50% on the weekly and daily, and you're trying to pump along out here to go and chase out this high. That's just unbelievably dumb. Right? You want to be going long in a higher time frame discount, short inside of a higher time frame premium. So why would you be looking to long inside of a higher time frame premium? You wouldn't. So this is where you just want to start overlaying the wider context to support why is price going to revert back into this low. Okay, well, as I've just mentioned, it's a Monday with no news, and historically, like speaking, that means without volatility, it's not going to go and drive out higher time frame highs. But what is a higher time frame high or low if you're bearish? Well, they are liquidity pools. Okay, so this higher time frame high and this higher time frame low is where the liquidity sits. Well, when days have no news, I'm not targeting those highs. I'm looking to short below them. On days with no news, you need volatility to drive you out to drive out higher time frame highs, right? So if it's a Monday and I'm anticipating consolidation, well, now I'm looking to frame reasons to why that high is going to hold. Okay, so I'm looking for PD arrays in an alignment with an X level inside of a premium to go short in alignment with a macro. Plus, there's other things I teach inside Red Pill Uni that you're looking for at that specific time, right? Okay, in this instance on this short, there was nothing in here for me to trade short at this level. Even though it's dumped off 21% on the X level, anticipating it can dump below this low, there was nothing for me to trade off. Okay, cool, no problem, right? It's one of those where I know what price is more likely to do, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to engage with it. All right, what I wanted to see was us mess around in here going into the open, punch out this high to then run out the low. All right, taking out this liquidity. Because I've already taken this trade this morning, I don't need to take a high risk short in here pre-open. All right. So the context is supporting this short. Context being Monday no news, no volatility, inside a consolidation. Yeah? Jesus, this music's getting worse, isn't it? Make sense? How do you know it reverses, not continues higher? How do you know it reverses and how do you know it reverses and not continues higher, lower? In what context are you talking? You mean here? How do I know that this is it's more likely going to fall short here and come back into this inefficiency? Is that what you're asking me? Is that what you're asking? I think that's what you're asking. What, down here? Picking lows or highs. So yeah, so I don't know how to explain it other than what I've just explained. So I'm a turtle soup trader, right? So I'm always looking to sweep liquidity. I'm always looking for that. It's the principles of accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? So what I'm always looking for is for price to manipulate into my PD array in alignment with an X level around a macro. There's other stuff which I teach inside Red Pill University as well. Okay, but this is a turtle soup. Okay, every single move is gonna have AMD at its core. Right? So for me as a turtle soup trader, right, I'm looking to trade manipulation into my PD array in an alignment with my X level around a macro. There's other stuff which it goes on top of that, but it's inside Red Pill Uni. Yeah, so okay, so in this example, right, 88%. You got to be mindful of the X levels. It's not like I'm just saying any figure in here, right? I'm just going here, okay, or boom here or boom here, right? It's an X level. An X level is how the algorithm is pre-designed to move. Just look at any one of these swing points. If you need me to tell you whether it's true or not, you know, and you can see it plain as day, I don't know what else I can do. Okay, price utilizes X levels. It's how it moves. Okay, it is the algo. All right, so 88% is a deep discount. All right, it's a deep discount. I am also not anticipating this low to go because it is a Monday with no news. As I just anticipated, I don't anticipate higher time frame liquidity pools to be swept on a day with no news. Okay, and this is where context comes into it. Okay, every single trade you take, the successful outcome of that trade is going to be derived in the context that you can frame around that trade. It drives me mental when I see traders just utilizing indicators and they're like, well, this indicator is like an IFVG. It's an IFVG, which means I've got to trade long and do it, right? It's absolute bollocks, right? An indicator cannot determine context. So you can put a fucking IVVG, GG anywhere you want in the chart. They happen all the time, right? But if you can't frame context as to why that low is going to hold, your model is shit. Your average consistency will be 50% at best. Okay, so what I pride myself on and what I teach inside Red Pill is the ability to frame context, okay? And that takes time. So the context being, well, I have a mechanical TS model. One of my mechanical TS model is deep extension is down at 6 and 7. Okay, so I know that ES has completed the mechanical TS, which would anticipate a pullback. The same extension on NQ is 4x. If you know my mechanical TS, you'll know that that low is a low where price can pivot from. Well, there's also other context which I overlay on top of that. If I'm ever looking to go long out of London and Asia is, if I'm ever looking to go long out of London underneath the Asia low, I'm looking for a 15-minute OB underneath engineered liquidity. That is it, or a breaker block. So these things which are overlaid on top of why is that low not going to go is why I can take this entry aggressively. If price breaks this low, well, I am wrong. And I move to the sidelines. I wait for a new opportunity and then I just stick to my daily rules, right? 3 red trades in a day, I'm wrong. 2 trades in a session, yada yada, right? But my stops are so minuscule because I'm a turtle soup trader, it doesn't bother me. What bothers me is if I take trades that haven't got context behind them. So as a turtle soup trader, you have to be able to frame context because it's context that makes the trade, right? It's context as to why that low is going to hold that makes the turtle soup trade. Yes, I have models on top of it, and this is also a model of mine, which is an H1 to M5 model. The gap in the MWOG is the M5 BISI, right? Okay, this is a techie thing, right? This is an H1 sweep close back above, M5 inefficiently delivered range, M5 BISI target 15-minute premium and the high. So it's inside one of my models as well, right? Which I teach inside Red Pill Uni. So all of this stuff goes together. The context, the model, the X level, the being inside of a discount on all the time frames, the daily, no news on a Monday, anticipating consolidation because it's our first day back after a holiday, right? The markets are likely to consolidate. Like, all of this stuff goes together into why I take the trade, right? If you're still in that realm where you're just like, oh, this guy on Twitter has done an image of a 2022 model, and this looks like a 2022 model, Gary. So the break of structure, we're busy, yeah, log it, 2 1Rs, right? And you just, that is literally all that goes through your brain, right? No context of higher time frame structure, no context of what the profile that you're in, the schematic that you're in on the time of day. No wider context of the high impact news events, no other model supporting it, no candle structure to support it. And you wonder why you have a consistency of 50% at best. It's because you can't frame context, or you don't know how to frame context. Right? As soon as you can frame context, it opens up the charts to you. And as a turtle soup trader, you have to know how to frame context. So my flip conversation is always this. I'm a turtle soup trader, so I'm taking this low. Okay, well, if you're an inverted fair value gap shyster, and you're like, well, this has broken the figure, right? So I'm going to put my buy here, and I'm going to put my stop below here, and this is going to be my risk to reward, right? If you're doing this trash, right? If you're trading that crap, you wouldn't even have 88. You'd just do some shite fixed number. You don't even utilize X levels, but whatever. Just this, for example, just use this as a trade, bog standard 1-to-1 R. Right, my argument is, well, if you're taking that entry long there, surely you know why that low is going to hold. Surely. You're putting all of this risk into the market, and you have absolutely no idea why that low is going to hold. Like, none. You are literally just trading it because it's an inverted fair value gap. If that is your mindset, I promise you, you are going to lose at trading, and it's not a career for you. Right? If you can flippantly throw that amount of risk at something and not know why that low is going to hold, trading is not for you. Right? It's mental. Like the idea that you do that. That's like me buying a house with no house report, but I've walked around the goddamn thing, and there's damp out the back. The roof timbers are slightly buckled. Right? There's the thatched roof is black. Right? And there's 15 crack addicts around the side. And I'm like, you know what? There's still a Porsche on this road. There's still a Porsche. So I'm going to buy this house because of the Porsche. You wouldn't do it, would you? You want to know the full scope, everything that goes into it, right? So if you are trading this, you should know what that low is. If you do not know, if you do know why that low is going to hold, right? Then why are you not trading that low? Why are you putting all this unnecessary risk onto your trade when you could literally just trade that very low and your risk is that versus that? That argument can never be beaten. No one can ever and will ever be able to persuade me otherwise. No, and it's not me having to go, but I'm just, and you can get there. This is my point. You can get there. You know, I'm an average Joe, dude. Like, I'm nothing special. I've been trading for a long time, 7 years, granted, but I'm nothing special. Right? I didn't get amazing grades at school. I didn't come from a massively privileged background. I'm average. I've just had an unbelievable work ethic and a ultimate desire to know why swing lows and highs holds. Because I come from a risk background, I'm always concerned about dollar risk. Right? But you can get there. And I feel like a lot of traders, they settle for the status quo. They settle for what's sexy on Twitter, right? But they don't understand why. Like, for me, there's nothing wrong with you trading an inverted fair value gap. But you have to know why that low is going to hold. Like, for example, if I didn't take this low, right? If I didn't take this hyper aggressive, this long this morning, which just for clarity, this is my entry, right? Down in here, boom. All right, 22,921. If I didn't take this, okay, and I changed my entire perspective on trading, I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to wait for inverted fair value gaps. So I'm going to trade off them, right? And I'm like, okay, well, here's my inverted fair value gap. We've broken through it. I'm just going to pump in along here. I'm going to chase it, and I'm just going to throw my stop down here. And I'm going to put it up to my target where I know price is going. If you do that, there's nothing inherently wrong with that if you're open to doing that with your risk. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, it's settling for the status quo. It's like, well, if you're trading this, why are you not trading that low? And if you're trading this, you don't know why that low is going to hold. Why are you taking that trade? Makes no sense. Okay? And all of this is completely, in your grasp. Like, it's not difficult. It's not difficult. It just requires a level of understanding that is beyond a picture of a model that you learn in 30 seconds on Twitter. Right? It takes a level of commitment, a level of understanding to understand all these things, right? So just to go back over it, just very briefly for why my trade was long this morning. So I came to my charts this morning and I'm like, okay, so where am I currently sat? And what has taken place in the previous days? And what is the current market structure? And what are the current X levels? Right? So this morning, right, I'm looking at my X levels. I'm looking at the previous day and I'm looking at what's taken place. Well, I know that we had a huge range day on Friday and Thursday. After a huge range day, I'm automatically going to anticipate chop during London, more times than not. So automatically in the back of my head, I'm going, do we have the context here for consolidation, right? Then I'm going to look at the calendar. Well, we have no news today. Automatically, a day with no news, especially at the start of the week on a Monday, when we've had a huge range day in the previous night, is conditions for chop. So I've now got two things pointing towards chop. So in the back of my mind, I know that if I'm anticipating consolidation, we are not going to take out higher time frame liquidity pools. Where are my higher time frame liquidity pools? Well, they are sat above higher time frame X level highs and lows, which are the same here, right? So 5, 15, and 1 and the hourly are all the same. Okay, so automatically I'm looking for consolidation. Next thing I'm looking at is, okay, so where do I currently sit when I come to the market? And what has taken place leading into that period in time? Okay, well, if we look here, we're going to London. This is our London high. And we found ourselves hovering around here. So in Discord inside of Red Pill, I said, I'm looking at 88% for a long. All right, that's where I want it to be. Okay, we're inside of a discount. Where are we on the 15 minute? We're inside of a discount. And I'm anticipating consolidation. I'm not anticipating range. Okay, well now I'm looking to take price back up into a premium to seek inefficiencies in price. Do I have inefficiencies up here for price to revisit? Yes, this is all stuff I teach inside Red Pill. This is an inefficiently delivered range. Hasn't come back to 50%. This inefficiently delivered range. There was also a failed M5 cont here. And we also had divergences up on the high. There was reasons for why price is going to drive back out through the highs. Okay, cool. Cool. Do I have a high time frame X level to support a discount trade? This is where I'm starting to dial in on, okay, well now can I start getting in on, can I find an entry here? Okay, well as you know, I'm a turtle suit trader. I'm always looking to sweep liquidity, okay? So I'm starting to look at market structure. I'm starting to look at candles. Well, right down here we have three M5 OBs and a middle BISI. This is support. It's a high probability OB. Okay, I've already got that in my arsenal. All right. Do I have a model that I can overlay on top of that, which is going to guide my entries and exits? Yes. H1 to M5 model. Wick blow on the hourly close back above. Look for an M5 BISI, inefficiently delivered range, target M15 premium and the high. Okay, cool. That now gives me my entries and my exits that's overlaid on top. The next thing I'm going to look at are schematics. Okay, so what would be the schematic if I'm trading during London? Well, one of them is I'll be looking for a purge on that Asia low to trade a Judas. So I'm going to be trading a Judas inside of an Asia to London session Judas swing. Check. Getting in alignment with a schematic. Do I have a PD rate that is supporting the low as to why I am taking that long? Yes. It's essentially an H1 rejection block inside of a 15-minute OB. Okay? Cool. Now it gets nitty-gritty. Do I have a macro around that manipulation point? Yes. Do I have context for price to run out those highs? Yes. There's my trade. Okay, so it starts from a wide macro viewpoint of the market and gets dialed all the way down into models and an entry. It's not an indicator showing this is a fair value gap. Right? Does that make sense? And there's your M5 BISI. If you're saying clear as mud, you don't understand it. That's you know, that's on you. That's not on me, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong if you just want to strip trading back and you just want to be like, well, this is a pretty model that I've learned on Twitter. I'm just going to rinse and repeat this and hope that I get above 50% accuracy. Good luck to you if you want to do that. If you want to move any model, and I mean any model, you can take literally any model and you put context in front of it. You'll take any model into a 70 to 80% bracket. Any model. You take context out of that equation, you'll be at 40% to 50% at best. It's the context that makes any trade. It's not the model. I promise you. Your ability to frame context, therefore, directly impacts your consistency. Yeah, this is what I was looking to trade back towards. I personally, so looking at this short, right? So looking at this short, the same principle, right? There's other stuff we can look at in terms of SMT divergence, which I teach inside Bread Pill Uni. There's other stuff inside of here that supported it. But this this short up on this high. So if we reverse engineer this and look at this short, right? Well, I'm looking for a short because we're now inside of a premium across the board, right? And the same principles as to why I was long, not anticipating high, find highs to go, yada yada. Monday, no news. Now we're at a deep premium. 21% X level on the 15, 38% on the hourly. We are inside of a premium across the board on the daily, weekly, monthly, right? All the way up here, we're up at 21% on the daily, right? So we're now in a premium across the board, so I'm only interested in shorts. What I don't have here is a model to trade. There is nothing in here in my personal models which I've developed for me to frame an entry off this. There's nothing. Okay, so although I'm anticipating price to pull back into this inefficiency, right, back inside of our discount, right, taking price from a premium to a discount, right, anticipating this, there's no model for me here to frame an entry off. There's nothing here for me. All right. I've got models which I teach inside RP Uni, right? There's nothing in here. Okay, so although anticipating, yes, price moving back from a premium to a discount, check. Context for why price will run out this low. This is called a failed M5 comp. It's something which I teach inside Red Pill Uni. So context for why price is going to run the low back into a discount. The third step is, do I have a model to engage with that level? In this instance, no. So I don't have a trade. Okay, so every single trade that I take goes through this process. One, do I have context, a reason for why my low is going to hold, or my high if I'm bearish, right? So in this instance, do I have context for why my low is going to hold? If I do, check. Two, do I have context for why my high is going to get ran, or my objectives where I'm looking to take my trade to? Do I have reasons for why price is going to move up there? In this instance, yes, taking out the flat top on the hourly high. We also had a failed M5 con up on this high, and taking price back up into premium inside of my model, which is an H1 to M5 model, taking price back up into an M15 premium, 38%. Okay, check. Do I have a model to get in alignment with price? Yes, H1 to M5 in alignment with a Asia's London session Judas swing. All right, inside 3 OBs with candle structure. Yes, I have context around the macro, yada yada. Okay, I've got a trade. Here, in this instance, I do not have a trade. I don't have the full picture. I don't have a model to engage with it. All right? So there you go. Complete. So for me today, what I want to see at the open, if I was to trade again today, was for price to move into and take out this high into a deeper premium. 12% is what I was looking for on the daily. A soup on this high, back into the breaker block, to then short back for a new AM session reversal. Didn't get it. I didn't need to take this entry, so I'd taken this entry, and plus I didn't have the full picture for the trade. So it's one of those situations where, you know, you've got, you essentially know where price is going to go, but it doesn't mean you have to force the trade, right? If you're doing that, you're trading, you're gambling essentially, right? 2 seconds. Just realised my mic's off. Sorry, guys. Why does no one say shit? Oh, yeah. Super light. Basically, what I'm saying with S&D profile, you don't enter inside of here. So in between a premium and a discount, right? It's your no-go zone with X levels. When price is consolidating, if you're bearish, you're trading above it into a discount, holding runners to take out the low. If you're bullish, you're in a discount, paying yourself inside of a premium, holding runners to take out the high. Right? That's how you trade search and destroy, seek and destroy, however you want to call it. Where you do not enter is inside of here. This is an absolute no-go zone in S&D. Right? Everything in here is liquidity. So internal range liquidity. Alright, there is nothing to do inside of here. Alright, you're just going to keep getting souped. Alright. Alright. If you're looking to long S&D profile, you're entering inside of a discount, and you're going to pay yourself inside of a premium, and you're going to hold runners to take out the high if you're bullish, right? I personally just terminated my trade inside of a premium, right? I'm out, I'm done. Okay, if you're bearish, you're doing the opposite. So you're paying yourself inside of a premium, so you're entering inside of a premium, all right? Paying yourself inside of a discount, holding runners to take out the low, all right? The 15-minute low, that is. Right, so the idea of me wanting to long again out of here just doesn't exist, right? I want to be inside of here on the turtle soup, Asia purge, trading the Judas, anticipating a new AM session reversal from the higher time frame premium across the board. Paying myself inside of here. If I wanted to hold runners for this, I could do. However, I just terminated in here because it's a Monday. And with a Monday, I don't take out higher time frame pools of liquidity. Some of this. It's a playlist I've got. See if I can share it for you. They changed how they do the. They changed how they did it. Are you in who is that? Are you in Red Pill? Are you inside of Red Pill? Even the free bit? Oh, okay. Okay, what's up, Paul? If you jump in, like there's a free side to Oh, okay. If you go to the chat lobby.
Wix. Give.
This might work. I don't know. If you go to the chat lobby, that's the playlist. Do you get it? No, you're welcome. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. This is a tune, to be fair. This is the best one. Listen to this. This song is a tune. I'm not going to lie, but this is my favorite one. This tune's so good. She's called Queen Amiga. She's got like this insane soulful reggae voice. Love it. Yeah, that is a good tune. But this one's the best, honestly. Listen to this one. This one's good.
credit card swipe. Me trying every strain, every body, every type. Me burning marijuana like a exhaust pipe. Me have to hold a joy when me listen Irish. Burn it up tonight, burn it up tonight, light it up tonight.
I tried a little long here, taking out this height. So basically discount back up into premium. Fair value on the hourly's first trim. What do you think of that tune? What do you think of that tune? You right? I know. Alright. So make sure you trim some there. You're inside S&D profile, right? It's a small little tiny little position off. Looking for fair value on the hourly, and then above this higher. So this is this is keyed off this trigger on this low, and then we got 3 OBs, so it can come all the way back down into this. That's where I wouldn't want to see it go below. I wouldn't want to see it below this low. I'm just gonna let this trade play out, and then that'll be me done this morning. Just playing with profits from this the London trade this morning. Yeah, good stuff, though. Well, there's no pressure. It's there if people want to learn how I trade. But there's no pressure. No worries, take it easy. If you enter on this busy, make sure you're paying yourself on the way out. I'm just looking for fair value on this hourly. So, 62.25 on a 15. If you want to hold for 65, that's up to you. You want to look above that, AJ. Look above that. Look at the actual very high. You're inside the bullish max here. So just make sure you're paying yourself en route, guys. Just looking for 66 and then just holding a runner to see if you want to go and take out the high. Alright, so make sure you're paying yourself here. So this is bang stuff at fair value on the hourly, right? Right here. So my next objectives now, I'm literally just holding to take out the 15-minute high. I'm just holding runners to take out this 15-minute high. So it's S&D profile, right? Right? We've been talking about it all morning. So if you're trading S&D profile, you want to be long inside of a discount, short in a premium. Okay, so you want to be paying yourselves inside of a premium, right? Because this is where it can fail. Okay. So I didn't trade this aggressively. This was mitigation of this range on the low. If you're with me during London, my stop was below this low, allowing price to mitigate. It didn't mitigate. So this was an unmitigated range on the low. It mitigates. I didn't trade that aggressively, but once I had the confirmation and the candle structures to support, plus this failing 38, so it's leaving liquidity set up here. And again, just the principles: being inside of a discount, inside of search and destroy, looking to take it back up into a premium. Yada yada, right? So just remember, like, this is not where you enter. You do not trade inside of here. This is liquidity, internal range liquidity. Do not trade in it. Jesus, what was that? Right, just don't trade in there. Stay out. All right, if you're trading, and this is specific to S&D profile. Specific to S&D profile. Oh, sorry, bro. Sorry. I got into the old Queen Omega. Just don't trade inside of here. Like, this is specific to S&D. Just don't do it. If you trade with X levels and you want to trade search and destroy profile, like search and destroy profile is some of the easiest PA you can trade. Like people on Twitter, like, oh my god, it's consolidation, no trade day. I mean, this is the most fucking retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, our price is consolidating, can't trade it. It's ridiculous, right? You just got to have reason for why your low is going to hold, why your high is more likely to get ran, and then you're picking a direction. If you're long, you're going to be longs inside of a discount. If you're short, you're going to be short inside of a premium. If you're short, you're going to pay yourself inside of a discount. If you're long, you're going to be paying yourself inside of a premium. And you're going to hold runners only to take out liquidity. If you're short biased, you're paying yourself holding liquidity, holding for the liquidity. So if you're short biased, paying yourself, holding runners. If you're long, paying yourself, or re-entering, holding runners. That's how you trade S&D. It's incredibly simple. What you do not do is trade inside of here. Right? You're just liquidity. Does that make sense? If you take anything away from this session, let it be that. Oh, shit. So this is me. So playing with profits from this morning. Got in early, allowing it to come back into what I mentioned, right? So DCA'd and just scale back out en route, holding one runner for the M15 higher. That is my day complete, done, boxed, yeet. Anybody on the old YouTube capture the long? Anybody print this morning on YouTube? Gave you all the shout, told you what I was looking for and where I got in. Only Emilio? Only Emilio in the long? Yeah. Alright. Blimey, sorry, that would have been loud. Apologise. That woke you up, I'm sorry. So this is my long-term trade, but that is where I've got 95% off. That's not 95%. Alright, just taking price from a discount back to a premium. Simple. Inside of S&D profile.
Why in God's name would anyone do this? It's just a mystery. You look up and you're like, why are there shoes up there? What is it? What is it?
Is the volume a bit better? Can you guys hear me? Just got to wait for Xbot to catch up now. Come on, Xbot. If you're wondering why Xbot is sedentary at the moment, it's because this is the M5DR. So it needs to break out of that 5-minute DR. So unless it breaks out of that 5-minute DR, it's not going to take a trade today. But this is why we manually trade and why we have trading automation as part of our armory, right? What, my $800 this morning trading manually? Xbot's not taking a trade. Yet tomorrow, I might not take a trade. Xbot can rip $1,000. Balance.
They just seem to suggest themselves to each other.
What do you guys get up to on your break? Do you have a nice break? Nice time off? What did you get up to? Anything worth shouting home about? A pal of mine went to Wimbledon. Guess how much strawberries are on? He comes from absolutely nothing as well. Went to I guess how much does it pay for strawberry? You think a pint's expensive these days? Apparently, when everyone goes to the queue and they buy them and they walk, everyone's got the same look on their face. It's like just taking a losing trade in the market. It's like exactly the same. It's that face, you know. Oh god, did that just happen to me? Yeah, what's that? What would that be the equivalent of? I think that'd be the equivalent of probably about $5. Strawberries, man. What would that be? That's It's about $4. It's still punchy though. So if it takes out my runner here, I am Dunskies today. There you go, took my runner out. So that's me done today. There you go. That's the second trade. There you are. So that's the first trade during London. 22,921 scaled out into the M15 premium, and then at the open just scaling back out into H1 fair value, which is taking price from a premium to a discount. Alright, so it looks like you're going to get the completion of your end session reversal. For me to go short today, I want it to be above this high. Right, back inside the breaker block, if I was going to go short today. So for me, I'm only interested in longs, taking price back up into a premium, taking my lion's share off this trade, I just terminated inside of a premium. This trade took them all off bar one runner and just had my runner stopped. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. Take it easy, have good ones. Catch you all manana. I'm just going to let Xbot do the rest for today, but that's going to be it for me. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Alright, take it easy. Abosh.